Ooh, actually, I like this one from George. The what would you like for a possible new rune for the Shiekah slate to be like?
Ah, that's the one that like I began asking that question and then you joined. So this is perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. Let's do that one because I like that one. I think it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, George, considering Breath of the Wild's engine and how the world works in the game.
Oh, I got a cool one.
I need to think a little bit, so Jesse, you should go first.
Okay, so Mario Odyssey took a bunch of aspects from previous Zelda games, like you can turn into a painting on the wall, like in A Link Between Worlds. Mm-hmm. You have a talking hat, like the Minish Cap. So, if Breath of the Wild borrowed an aspect from Mario to where you could use a rune in the same way that you would use Cappy to take control.
That's what I was thinking.
Twins! Yeah, so
cool.
if you could use a rune to take control of an enemy, whether or not you played as him could vary. It could just be a thing like Wolf Link, to where Wolf Link, you know, you summon him, he's your friend, he goes out, helps you do stuff. You don't necessarily play as him, the computer does. But if it tied into the things that I said I would add to Breath of the Wild, to where you could have some, like a second player take control of Wolf Link. If you could take control of an enemy and then have a second player play as Wolf Link or play as the enemy that you take control of with the rune, I think that would be cool. Yeah, that would be my thing. Sorry,
that would be really OP for Lynels.
Oh yeah.
My gosh.
Maybe it would
like, be unstable, so you can only do it for a little bit of time.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say, because if I could take over a Lynel, I would go into the castle like that and just totally just
get a golden
destroy
Lynel.
everyone.
Kind of like how Cappy can't be the T-Rex for too long.
Yeah. Well, it could be a thing to where to make it so it's not OP, you could take control of so like you have the normal runes and then you have the rune pluses. So like maybe with the normal version of the rune, you can take control of weaker enemies, like moblins or cuckoos, or if you want to count that as an enemy, I don't know. It's kind of an OP enemy because they don't die, they just keep flocking at you. Mm-hmm. But you could take control of a smaller enemy, but then when you get the upgrade, you don't take complete control of a Lynel or a Hinox or whatever, but it lets you take control of one for like maybe 30 seconds or until they get hit 2 or 3 times. And then they go back to normal. And then you have to wait for it to charge up again, and then you can do it again.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Alright, sorry Tubes. Or not Tubes, Ilya. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I stole your answer.
Just gotta think some more then.
Yeah, I need to stop using my super power of mind reading.
Yeah, seriously, man, how rude.
You're like, Ilya seems to have a really good idea. Yoink.
On occasion, I have good ideas.
None of the multiplayer stuff will never happen. Actually,
it's already happened.
Yeah, the Alanuma said for the next mainline Zelda game, he wants to take what he learned from the engine of Breath of the Wild and apply the multiplayer from Triforce Heroes to it. So technically, they're already working on it according to Alanuma. So yeah. And Breath of the Wild originally started as a multiplayer game when it was Zelda Wii U. So
and Nintendo is a pretty big
multiplayer. Someone said that Cuckoos are even more OP than Lynels.
They are. If they attack the Cuckoos, they'll attack the enemies.
The enemy, yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. Imagine capturing Ganon.
I feel like that would
be a limit.
So, Ganon, like the incomplete version of Ganon would be cool, but like the final version of Ganon just kind of stands there. So like, it would be cool if you could. Someone should mod the game so you could ride the Beast Ganon as a mount.
Good lord.
That would be so much fun.
You would destroy like, whatever is left of Hyrule.
You'd be like 200 feet in the air. But yeah, alright, you guys go. I need to shut up. Sorry.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
I was thinking, like, for more lore aspect, I like that they did the memories, but, like, if they could, like, scatter, like, books or, like, have people around that spoke a different language or something, or that, like, didn't understand, I think that would be a really cool way to add in lore, because then you would actually have to, like, go through and, like, read and get to know the game a little bit more, whereas, like, you don't really get a lot of the lore without doing the memories and getting the divine beasts, so... thinking like some sort of cool rune to like translate.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess sort of had that.
Yeah.
They were the ancient sky language. You had to find the book and all of the owl statues to translate. And then in the Wind Waker, there were like the language of the gods or something like that. Like whenever Jaboon and other people would talk to you, you couldn't understand it unless you did certain things, and then you'd have to replay the game so that you could understand everything. So that's really cool. Choops, good job.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I'm just a big fan of lore, and it's just a really cool way to kind of get to know different parts of the game, because like there's a lot of the game that we wouldn't know about if we didn't go out and research it on the outside. So that would be like for the die-hard Zelda fan that maybe doesn't spend their time on YouTube getting educated from people like Jesse.
You know.
Scorch in the chat says, why ride Epona when you could just capture her? This isn't Pokemon. Jeez. I guess it would kind of turn into Pokemon if you could do that. If you could just like... Yeah, like if they literally made it to where instead of just using the rune, you threw it at the enemy.
Oh my gosh.
They just turned Breath of the Wild into Pokemon. It'll be fun. And then you have the different...
a different rune idea, but something it's not really related. Half is. I know some people know, you guys probably know that like in the original Japanese version of Breath of the Wild, the Slate, rather than just having like the pictures of the Hyrule Compendium or whatever, there were actual diary entries from Link, like him talking about like the things that he found and like after his thoughts like on the memories or whatever. Not like giving him too much of a personality, but they took it out for all other releases, which I do get why, because Link is meant to just be yourself projected onto it. But I think that'd be interesting.
But I think that even if it wasn't from... Sorry.
What?
I think that even if it wasn't from Link, like, if you could read through, like, Zelda's notes, that would be so cool.
Well, you do read her diary in the castle. I mean, that's it, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, like... Yeah. That's a few pages compared to, like, the compendium to where it's, like, full of Link's stuff.
True.
But yeah, I like that idea, too. The thing with, like, they want Link... Like, they want everyone to relate to Link, but the very beginning of Breath of the Wild, like, they did it more so in the beginning than they did in the rest of the game, to where you could choose what answer you wanted to give to people. And with Skyward Sword, they also did this, to where you could select what you wanted your answer be, or what you wanted to ask the people. And I was fine with all of the options in Skyward Sword, but in Breath of the Wild, it comes to a point to where, like, you finish the first shrine and you climb the tower for the old man, and then it comes time for him to give you the paraglider, and he asks you for another favor, and your choice as Link is just like, no, give it here, or I forgot what the others were, but like every answer seemed to be kind of rude, and I'm just like, none of these would be my answer. Like, all of these are the exact opposite of what I would say, because if he's waking up with amnesia, not knowing what's going on, everything that he's come across, including the environment itself, has been trying to kill Link. Like all of the other moblins and stuff you come across, even the Lionel, if you're playing in Master Mode. So like all of these different creatures, the Guardians, everything's trying to kill you. The only one who's trying to help you is the old man. So why is Link being rude to this old man? Like that, if Nintendo wants you to relate to Link, why are they making every answer for that part rude? To where...
For people like me.
Well, like with the Apple, I think there's different options with the Apple to where like you can ask for it, you can demand it or whatever. But
I always just took it.
I always just take it. I always forget, and then I pick it up and he's like, "Hey,
dude." I'd be like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah. But yeah, that was just my thoughts. It's just like it gives you the option of different choices, but like each choice is rude itself, and it makes me wonder is like, are the other languages like that as well, or was that just a choice on the English subtitle team or whatever? But yeah, I think that's everything, right?
Yeah, I just came for the last question, so.
Awesome. So Tubes, where can people find you?
You can find me on...
Also nice pictures on your closet.
Thank you. They're on the floor too. I haven't put those up yet.
Did you make them?
No, I buy them when I go to conventions.
Oh, cool.
I'm not artistic. Nice. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Chublima, or you can find me on Instagram as Chublima. Also, I have been doing a heck ton of streaming, so I am around like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night to stream on Twitch at Chublima with an extra A. So come hang out. I'm playing Majora's Mask, and it is terrible.
It's so fun to watch.
I've never beat the game before. Like, I'm actually at a point in Majora's Mask that I haven't been past, so it should be just like wild from there.
You're doing way better than I am. But I haven't played it in years, so I don't know anything about the game. Well, I know things about the game, I just can't play it.
See, if you play the 3D version, they actually changed some of the side quests and stuff.
So many side quests.
Yeah, so it's like even if you remember everything about the game, if you play the remake, like some of the side quests are different. You get the masks in different locations, you'll get heart pieces in different locations. So it's like, even if you remember it perfectly, when you go back to play it, it's like, I don't know what to do. And even the boss fights are different, so... Yeah. How's RuneScape, right?
I haven't been playing in a long time. I am so busy. I am like literally only here just as kind of like a surprise. Like I had some free time and I was like, I'm gonna see if they're still streaming. So I came for the last question, but I'm technically not free until March, so.
Sad.
Yeah, and starting in March, I won't be free until after Easter.
No.
Not in the evenings. Anyway.
We could do like a morning podcast.
Alright, Ilya, tell us about yourself and where to find all of your Geek Apprentice stuff.
I am the Geek Apprentice. I upload videos on YouTube at the Geek Apprentice. On Wednesdays, my main 3 topics are Zelda, Harry Potter, and Disney, which includes Pixar, but sometimes other things. And then on Saturdays, I have smaller videos that are just me reading poetry and with like relaxing music stuff in the background. And for the past couple Saturdays, and what I'm going to continue doing for a while, is I have Saturday night streams on the YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time where I read bad Zelda fanfiction. My bad Zelda fanfiction, because I feel like there would be a copyright claim in place if I read someone else's, and that would be kind of mean in case they enjoyed it. It's meant to be bad, my fanfiction. So that's a fun time. If you want to join that, we'll be doing chapter 5 next time. You can just, if you missed the other ones, not a big deal. Just go back and find the archived videos. It's like in the first hour. So, yeah, that's what I do. I have an Instagram. I don't tend to do much on there. Which also, just note, if you message me on there, I probably won't answer. I forgot that people could direct message me on there. And so I had like 10 requests for conversations from people I didn't know. And I thought about going through them, but then I realized I have too much anxiety to actually answer them. So please don't direct message me on there. You can, I just probably won't answer because 1, I'll forget, and 2, I prefer just talking to people via this way.
Yeah.
That means become a patron and go to our Discord.
Yeah,
It's true, I do have a Patreon.
You actually posted this story the other day.
I did. I made a story on Instagram. I was
like,
I need to clarify this.
Yeah.
Well, someone commented on like one of my videos. I think like I was really confused. They were like, I tried to follow this girl on Instagram and she completely ignored me. And I'm like, I have a public Instagram. You're allowed to follow me. unless you tried commenting and I never responded, which, like, okay. I was confused, but then it made me think, wait, messaging me, and I had to, like, go, and I was like, oh, I forgot. But I wouldn't have answered anyway, because I feel weird.
They were really funny, because I think on the first, because you had, like, 10 different, like, 15-second clips. Yeah, because I just
continued it.
And it was like, I think you just got home from, like, dance or something like that.
It was a Monday. Like, I had just gotten back from dance.
Yeah, so you're just like not necessarily out of breath, but you looked like you had been really active for a moment, and then you're just all of a sudden freaking out like, so for all of you guys who had messaged me, I'm sorry, I didn't know this existed.
That's literally what I said. I'm like, I'm sorry, and then I got a message from Daniel like 5 minutes later. This happened to me.
Oh my god! I was
like, I know, I didn't know.
Yeah, I guess Daniel and I both messaged, and it went unanswered.
Well, like if it's a mutual follow or someone I do at least follow, and they message me, it notifies me. Like there's a little like red dot in the corner that says, "Hey, you have a message." But if it's someone that I don't follow, even if they follow me, I don't see anything. Kind of like with Facebook back when I used to be on it, I would not realize that people were messaging me, and it'd be under message request.
Yeah.
I don't have a Facebook anymore, for anyone wondering, but yeah.
And on Instagram, there's what? Oh,
I didn't say anything.
On Instagram, there's I didn't know that it did this. I thought it was just like a normal comment, like when you comment on a picture or something. But on Instagram, if you reply to someone's story, for me, it automatically sends them a message. Which I think is how whenever I sent you the message, I don't think it was me actually sending a message. It was just me replying to the thing. But I thought it was like someone could just click on it and see all of the comments that people had left on the story.
No.
Which is what I was doing for a really long time. And then someone replied, and I'm like, oh, this doesn't leave a comment at all. This is a private message. But
I mean, you can if like someone posts one of those things that's like me a question, and like you can respond to it on the story. Which I don't think I've ever. I maybe did on like my old personal Instagram. I don't know, but like someone that I follow, I did that recently, but I didn't get on in time to ask a question.
All right. So Jonah says I should read fanfic, or I should write fanfic sometimes. I don't necessarily have a fanfic that I wrote, but I have an idea for like a pseudo Twilight Princess sequel that I would like to make a video talking about. There's someone else, Robin, I think is his name. He always comments asking us to read fanfiction and stuff.
That's where I got the idea for my stream.
And I've wanted to flesh out the story that I had and make a video about it, and like do like, instead of having this huge video talking about it, like a big 15-20 minute video talking about the entire story, maybe just make like several different 3 to 4 minute videos, giving like chapter after chapter sort of. So I thought about doing something like that. But anyways, thank you everyone for coming. I put links to everyone, even Daniel's social media. So if you want to go follow Ilya at the Geek Apprentice on Instagram, everyone else has their Twitter up. Chiblima, GameOverJesse, Capt Bergerson. So go follow us, or friend us, or whatever YouTube or Twitter or Instagram does. Go do that, and thank you all for watching. It's almost midnight, so especially thank you to the people that stayed this long for us. Unless you're in California, then I guess it's like late evening. I don't know how time works.
Like 8.
It would be 8:10, like my time.
Yeah. Pacific Standard. Pacific, whatever it is.
What is Zelda fanfic if not an idea for another game? Yeah, kind of. Where like people like to put certain characters in relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like even Zelda theories are technically fan fiction.
It makes sense.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Tubes, for joining us at the very, very end. I really liked someone said hi Tubes earlier and put CHOOBS.
Yeah, Tubes.
That was cool. Exactly. And thank you, Ilya. Everyone go follow the Geek Apprentice and Chiblima for their live streams and whatnot. If you want to see them play Zelda or talk about Zelda. Awesome podcast. Thank you, George. Bye, everyone.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Ilya Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the GameOverJesse channel, please consider purchasing a GameOverJesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.